All right, welcome back to the channel. So Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury win an award from ESPN, Feud of the Year. Let me tell you what that means. That means Tyson Fury versus Deontay Wilder 3 is going to happen, and they know it now. Otherwise, they wouldn't be marketing it. Let's talk about that in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel. So, I swear I have been standing at the same spot watching people walk around the block, waiting for the bus to come. If you just sit here long enough, man, the bus is going to come to the little sign that says bus stop. There's no reason to keep walking around town looking for the bus, okay? It says bus stop, has a schedule there. Sit down, it'll be here, and you can go. Because that's where we are. We're at the bus stop. So why, Fanon or you, why are you saying that? What does that have to do with boxing, Fanon? What does that have to do with boxing? Let me tell you what that has to do with boxing. Deontay Wilder's a boxer, and he is in a process right now called an alternative dispute resolution process with Tyson Fury, because Tyson Fury tried to pull out of his rematch, and in the contract it said, if we have any type of issue, we agree to go to mediation and see if we can work it out. And then after that, we will go to arbitration, because if we can't work it out, then the arbitrator or the judge is going to tell us what to do so that we can move on. All of that stuff that Tyson said about his contract expiring and plain language, and Deontay Wilder's team was so stupid for not doing this and not doing that, and Tyson hadn't heard from Deontay in 2 weeks, so he got confused, so he's out of his contract, all of that nonsense. Down the toilet. Just sit here and wait to find out what happens in mediation, and if something happens in mediation, there's a fight, because that's what mediation is. If mediation is successful, there's a fight. See, not a lot of people understand that. What that word means, mediate, you're a medium, you're between two people, two things. Hey, can you guys get along and make all this money? So Tyson Fury was duty bound to do that. However, people were running around talking about Anthony Joshua fights and, who's he going to fight on December 5th, and putting out names of people he was going to fight on December 5th. And will it be, who were the guys? Will it be Carlos Takam? Will it be a bunch of nonsense? A bunch of people running around looking for the bus. What's the bus? The bus is Tyson Fury. Who is he going to fight? I don't know. Who's going to get on the bus? You will find when that bus stop, he'll tell you who he's going to fight, and he's going to have a court order. and he's going to read it off of a court order. Okay? But to have ESPN not ignore it, not belittle it too much, and to actually show the gloves, to show the injuries, to not ridicule one side, but to play it evenly. The feud of the year. A feud takes two people arguing back and forth, not one. Before it was Deontay Wilder, the nut job sore loser. In fact, that's what Mark Cragle called him the day before they did this. But I don't believe they're doing this to be friendly to Deontay Wilder. They're doing this because they know that the fight is going to take place. But the funny thing, too, is that ESPN, the actual people that make decisions at ESPN, were critical to this whole thing. I mean, yeah, they were critical to this whole thing because it was ESPN and Fox that did not want to put this fight on until the February time frame, right? That's what they said. That's what Bob Arum was saying. It was only when Deontay Wilder accused Tyson Fury of cheating that Tyson Fury started getting all kind of antsy and wanted to run out. And why did he get antsy and want to run out? Because he cheated. He knows he cheated. His team knows he cheated. Deontay Wilder knows that he cheated. They know what they did. That's why they have never denied it, not once. That's why you see all throughout the world My friend, my co-host Drew Titan, who interviewed Sugar Hill, getting lambasted all over the world because they're trying to find a way to ridicule the truth. They're trying to find a way to ridicule the truth. Those gloves were skinned in the second fight. I didn't know the term skinning until I heard it from Mauricio Suleiman, the head of the WBC, when he was talking about somebody skinning gloves in Mexico and how they were going to how they confiscated the gloves, kept the gloves to make sure that that person did not get cheated, and they were going to get to the bottom of it. And why is that? Because the most basic way to cheat somebody in a boxing match is to remove padding from your gloves. And whether you do that via yourself, like Panama Lewis did, which when he removed an ounce of padding from the gloves of Luis Resto and allowed him to beat upon Billy Collins in a way that was just grotesque. Grotesque. And why? So that Luis Resto could win a boxing match. And Panama Lewis could go on and get his paycheck, and they would get another fight down the road. Because they didn't want to lose. And they thought that there was a chance to lose with Billy Resto, so they were just going to, hey, man, whatever. And same thing applies to Tyson Fury. And the people that have been telling stories for Tyson Fury for this whole year, shame on you. He cheated because he got knocked unconscious in the 12th round of the last fight. And he got knocked down every time a punch landed. So, in my opinion, what Tyson Fury decided to do and his team decided to do was to take that out of the equation by putting their hand on top of the scale as heavily as they could to take out any doubt that a 12th round knockout would happen. Because Deontay Wilder was getting beat up for a very long time. He didn't quit. And he told his corner not to throw in the towel, and the corner threw in the towel. Anyway, didn't throw in the towel when Luis Ortiz had him rocked. But most importantly, it was Deontay Wilder's decision to do that. But people run around just trying to destroy this man for saying the truth. I got cheated. He also said that he got cheated or Povetkin tried to cheat him. He also got cheated who else tried to cheat him? Povetkin tried to cheat him, tried to get in the ring under the influence of performance-enhancing drugs. Luis Ortiz, call it heart medicine or whatever it is. He got caught and that fight got canceled. There was somebody else that got caught for performance-enhancing drugs. What does the WBC do, though? As it relates to Canelo Alvarez, to protect Canelo Alvarez, they raise the acceptable levels of Clenbuterol in the blood system, which means that you can now microdose Clenbuterol. And that's a change that took place before the Deontay Wilder fight. You look at the tape of the fight, of the first fight, and you see Jack Reese did not allow them to touch gloves. Why? Why would you stick your hand and block two guys from touching gloves? I invite you to go look at it. Look at the touching of the gloves when Jack Reese with Deontay Wilder. Just look at the touching of the gloves in the beginning of the fight, and you tell me whether or not you see Jack Reese actively blocking their hands from touching each other. I saw it, and I also saw Jack Reese after Tyson Fury fell down in the first fight, got knocked down. I saw him with the late count, but more importantly, I saw when Tyson Fury got up, Jack Reese grabbed his wrists, not his gloves. He did not wipe them on his shirt. He wiped them. He didn't wipe them at all. He went right past his hips. It was a fake move. Never wiped them. Why? Now, I'm not accusing Jack Reese of anything. I don't know if Jack Reese did anything or not, but those are reasonable questions. And those are reasonable questions that Deontay Wilder has the right to ask. Why didn't you allow me to touch gloves with this man in the beginning of the fight? And when he fell on the ground, why didn't you actually rub his gloves together? And also, if his gloves obviously not on his hand, why aren't you putting it on his hand and tying it up? But it's just our imagination. It's just imagination. It's just your imagination. All of these things do not deserve answers, right? They wouldn't have got answers from ESPN. No chance. But guess what? You get answers in a court. Because guess what happens in a court if Deontay Wilder says this man cheated you? A judge will say, show me the proof. And they will show the proof. And then he will ask several questions. Can you validate that this is a real picture? That this glove where I see the fist, can you verify that that is a real picture and that is not photoshopped? Mr. Grzinski, did you take that picture? Yes, I did take that picture. Is that picture photoshopped? No, it is not. It's the original. Excuse me, glove manufacturers. How does that happen? Oh, they skin the gloves. But they skin the gloves in manufacturing. They skin the gloves before they got to the commission. Doesn't take a lot of people. It just takes a couple real good thieves. But anyway, I'm glad that they talked about this feud, that it is elevated to a two-part issue from Deontay Wilder's just a sore loser, let's run off and go fight Anthony Joshua type situation, which would have been a shame. But anyway, that's my take on the matter. You let me know what you think. And with that, I'm out. Peace.